seconds. It'll
Can I?
Oh, you're live. You're live. Yay.
Okay. Okay, just so everybody knows, thank you for chiming in. This is our very first FaceTime live, and I'm going to give this phone to Dean Piver, even though it's turned backwards. That's all I know how to do it. Get a little closer, come down, tilt it so I look better. Okay. Well, we're so excited. This was our first ever Google Hangout, thanks to Jordan that she hooked this all up, but I've never done it before. So thank you for your patience on this beautiful Sunday afternoon. And she's talking with Stacy Kraft to get her all lined up to be able to be our teacher today. And I'm sure Jordan is just going to come on live with Stacy. I'm going to do a little intro to tell you about how she got on today and why she's here. Then I'm going to share a little bit about how the most fun Sunday today afternoon. So I'll share a little bit about that with you. But Stacy Kraft is $1 million director, you guys. And at seminar a couple of years ago, she was the queen and we got to hear her speak. And she is just like we are. She's the real deal. She's authentic. She does this thing the Mary Kay way. And I'm just so pleased that she's going to be our teacher today. And she became friends with Susan Moore because Susan Moore is $1 million director. And Susan, of course, is our #1 Williams area director.
That was good.
Are we all
okay? Got it.
Yeah, Stacy's on.
Oh my goodness. Awesome. Okay. So I'm going to introduce you, Stacy, and then will I go away? Is that how it works?
Yeah,
I think so. Can you hear me?
Just click your little camera off.
Okay, I'll do that in just a second.
Okay.
I was just telling everyone that I got to hear you speak at our seminar a couple of years ago. Fell in love with you. You're just you could be my sister. We think so much alike, and I just appreciate your time, your talent, and your treasure, because our time is our treasure, and you're investing in us. And I can't wait to be on with you tomorrow night with your people to share my ideas. And I'm just going to give a quick shout out about something that happened today, because it's just such a compliment to how this business works. I moved to Seabrook, Texas about a year ago. And so I'm just starting to establish friends and customers. And one of my very best customers loves the Time-Wise repair. I've been telling her, I said, okay, this year my team has a really good chance of being #1 in the nation. And we've never been #1 before the national area. I told her we ranked #3 the last 2 years. But this year we have a chance. We're actually $67 ahead of #2. And I said, that's just a few mascaras. So I've been selling stuff out of my temptation basket and telling everybody what the goal is. And I said, what I really would like to find is to find team members just like me that are ambitious, but they're kind. They're the lion and the lamb. Because I would love to mentor and train someone to really rock this business with me. And she said, okay, I'll find you somebody. So she brought somebody to me this afternoon. That's a super sharp woman that's really game on, really interested to run this business as a business. I facialed them both, and she joined the company. She's going to conference this weekend. She's a star consultant, and it just gives you so much energy. This is how it really works. So the hostess program that Stacy's going to talk about, and just her history, who she is, who she be, how she has made this business work. You guys, it will work. It works for all of us that are kind-hearted, honest and real, and have a great work ethic. This is a simple business, and you got to keep it simple, sweetie. I always say, God, he makes wise the simple. And if we simplify, we can simply fly. So Stacy Kraft, thank you a million times. I am going to be ready with pen and paper to learn from you, because you have earned the right to be the speaker, the teacher, this platform, through your work ethic, through your example, and through your success. So congratulations and thank you.
Well, thank you. I'm super honored to be here talking to you guys, and I'm super excited about what I'm about to share with you. So I'm going to see if I can there we go. Okay, I can see better now. So I hope you can hear me okay. My name is Stacy Kraft. I live in Indiana. I actually live in Knightstown, Indiana. And until recently, we were part of the Pearl Seminar. So I got to see a lot of you very often in Pearl. And now we are in Emerald. And so I actually, just to give you a brief history about me, I actually started my Mary Kay business in college. I was going to school full time, waiting tables on the side, and dreaming about having a job where I'd make a whole bunch of money and work just a little bit or set my own schedule. And so if somebody would have said that would have been Mary Kay, I just kind of would have rolled my eyes, because I didn't really know anything about our business. And so I decided to give it a try while I was in college. And I didn't really set the world on fire, but I did make an extra $300 or $400 a month while I was in college. But by the time graduation rolled around, I decided that I wanted to pursue this instead of taking a job someplace else. my recruiter said to me, she said, why should you work for somebody else when you could work for yourself? And I thought, you know what? She's right, because I was going to start at the bottom of whatever I did going, you know, straight out of college. And I would start at the bottom of Mary Kay. And so why not? So long story short, I've been in Mary Kay for 19 years. I started 1 year after I graduated college. I never took a job anyplace else. I earned my first car and became a director. And then 3 months after I became a director, I earned my first pink Cadillac on my 24th birthday. Like the day I turned 24, we had it completed. So that was the dream of mine, was to earn a pink Cadillac. What took me there was consistent skincare parties. Just like, I really tried to do 3 + 3 + 3. I didn't do anything fancy. I followed the book. I learned early on to master booking from bookings with the second facial approach. And so I've always been really good at that and kept my date book full for the most part. I mean, there were some seasons when I wouldn't work as much and, you know, stuff might fall off. I've done all of that. And so I was single, supporting myself with Mary Kay. And I'd earned 2 trips as a single woman. And then I got married to my husband, Pat, and we have 2 kids. We have 2 boys. Ryan's 13 and Trace is 4. And so we just kind of hung out like at $500,000 level after I had Ryan. And then about 3 years ago, I said, if you would, he always did, he's a plumber and he does stuff on the side. And I said, you know, you don't have to do that. And if you would do less, then I had a dream to be $1 million director. And we had earned a trip. We'd earned 2 trips, and then I wanted to take it up to $1 million. And so a couple years ago, that dream came true. We did our first $1 million year. And we've had $2 million years, and this one will be our 3rd. We're working on completing our 3rd million. And so, so what's happened recently? Cindy and I were talking the other day, and I said, let me tell you what's going on with me, because I got 2 things that are super exciting. And one of them is this hostess plan that I've been using since about September. That was when I first heard about it. And I booked my first person with it before we went to Alaska, before the trip to Alaska. And I made some notes here, so I kind of had some order. So first of all, I did not invent this. So I hope you're going to love it. And I hope it is a game changer for you like it has been for me. But it is not my idea. So I have to give credit where credit is due. My friend, Mary Catherine King, she's another top sales director here in Indiana. I learned it from her. And so praise Mary Catherine King and the Go Give Spirit, because, you know, it's not my original idea, and I'm sharing it with you. So, so with this hostess plan in September, after we got back from Alaska, I had 9 parties booked. 7 of them, we call this the 80 for 40. Okay. And I'll explain it in a minute, but 7 of them were with the 80 for 40. 2 of them were not. And of those, so that's 9 parties. Of those 9 parties, 6 held. 1 80 for 40 party did not hold when it was supposed to, on the date it was supposed to. So the 2 that did not, 3 of them didn't hold. 2 of the 3 were booked with an original hostess plan, whatever. So 6 out of 7 held when they were supposed to. Now, and I'm good at pre-profiling and I'm good at getting guest lists, but that hold rate was super exciting for me. And so last week, to keep it going, I'm going to tell you some of the growth that I've had. So in February alone with this hostess plan, I did 3,300 wholesale myself. My personal wholesale was 3,300. Now, if you think it was always like that, it wasn't, because I went back and looked, and in July, August, September, I did 600, 800, 800. Then in October, I did 1,800. In November, I did 3,600. And last month, I did 3,300. So I just want you to know that that was not always what that looked like, if that makes sense. Last week, I had 5 parties booked, and 2 of them were booked on a different hostess plan or without the hostess credit yet. And 3 of them were on what I'm going to teach you today. And 3 held. Guess which ones who held? The ones on the hostess plan I'm going to teach you today. And 2 of them rescheduled. Now, do you know, sometimes something will reschedule and we're super bummed because we really needed this party to happen, or we really wanted to recruit this hostess or whatever. So you know how you don't care if something reschedules? Do you know how you do that? When you have so much happening that you're relieved that something reschedules. And that is where I'm at right now, is I'm like, no big deal. Like, she wants to reschedule that, whew, no problem. I had 3 other parties going anyway. So, so for the last few months, we've been doing this. Oh, and here's something I'm super excited about, and I have to chalk it up to this hostess plan too, is I even have a picture. I just, Friday, earned this, which, thanks. Here's why I'm so excited about it. It's a 9,600 star consultant prize, like the highest one on the list. I'd never been that high before. I've earned a 7,800, but I was just super pumped because I broke through and earned the highest one on the list. So check that off onto something else. So let me tell you about it because I'm super pumped about it. And basically, here's the weak link that it fixed for me, is things holding when they're supposed to, because I'm in front of more people than I've ever been in front of before. And like I said, I was good at booking parties and I was good at booking from bookings. This has just like made it even stronger. So, and right now I have 18 parties on my date books for the next 30 days. I counted them up this afternoon before I came here. 18 parties. So, you ready to hear it? Here's the plan. Okay, so we call it the 80 for 40 hostess plan. And like I said, it was Mary Catherine's brainchild. She's the one who came up with it. And you guys have probably heard of 75 for 35 before. Like, you have a party, you get 75, you get a $75, you can purchase $75 for $35, right? Well, Mary Catherine said that always confused her. So she just made it 80 for 40. Like, instead of 75 for 35, it's 80 for 40. So that's the only reason it's different, is because it was simpler. So, but what she did that was so brilliant is she started making it so people got their hostess credit in advance, because she felt like if people could get started on the product and they have something invested, then they would be less apt to reschedule and more incentivized or more excited to hold the appointment when it needs to be held, because they've got something in their hand or they have something to lose. So basically what happens is that people can, when they're with me, they can take $40 off an $80 purchase or higher when they share me with at least 3 of their friends at their second appointment. Let me say that again. She can take $40 off an $80 purchase or higher today, when you share me with 3 or more of your friends at your second appointment. Simple as that. So people book because they want to take $40 off tonight. And then they hold because they don't want to give you the $40 back that you already got from them. So it's really no different. If you were doing 75 for 35 and Cindy was going to get it when I came to her house, now I gave it to her in advance. Does that make sense? Yes, it's awesome. So I'm giving the same thing that you were giving under the original hostess plan. She's just getting it in advance. But her having that in advance is a game changer. So let me share with you when I talk about it during the party. And then I won't leave out any details because I'm a detail person. So I know you guys might have some questions about what if this, what if that. So this is what it looks like. So let's say that Cindy's at my party and Jordan's the hostess. And so at the very beginning of the party, when I say, there's no obligation for you guys to purchase anything tonight, but I do have products with me if you're tempted, and you do have the opportunity to activate a $40 gift card tonight. And I'll tell you about that at the end. So there's no obligation for you to purchase anything, but I do have products with me if you're tempted, and you do have the opportunity to activate a $40 gift card tonight. And I'll tell you about that at the end. So I go through the whole party, and then at the end, I do a pop quiz, which is basically where I do the table close, I show the roll-up bag, I use the placemat that the company has for new consultants right now, and I show all the sets and how they come. And then I do a little pop quiz, and I say, okay, there's 3 questions. And flip over your profile card, and on the back, number it 1, 2, 3. And I didn't make this up either. I get this from somebody else, but it makes my closing so simple. So question 1, if money were no object, which set or sets would you most love to take home today? Would it be the ultimate set, the miracle set, the basic? Just write that beside number 1. So they're putting what they'd most love to have. Question 2, when I come for your second facial, do you want it to be just me and you, or do you want to do what most people do, which is what Cindy did today, and have friends over, or what Jordan did and have friends over, have fun, and get free products? And remember I told you guys that you could activate your $40 gift card? If you share me with 3 of your friends in the next 30 days, well, I say 30 days now, and I'll back up. If you share me at your second appointment with 3 of your friends, then you can take $40 off an $80 purchase or higher tonight. So beside number 2, write fun, friends, and free, or just me. Now, I was getting lots of bookings. I mean, many years ago, I started having them write fun, friends, or free, or just me. And I was like, you'd be amazed at how many people write fun, friends, and free that you don't even think would. So like, there's your booking. But this like solidified the holding. So, oh, and let me back up for a minute, because when I introduced this, I just wanted to try it out. So I said it was a special for this month. And whenever I say that, I don't make it one that I make up. I make it sound like it's Mary Kay's special. So if I was talking to Cindy, I'd say, oh my gosh, Cindy, this month we have a special where you can take $40 off 80 or more when you share me with 3 of your friends at your second appointment. Doesn't that sound like fun? Yeah, awesome. Okay. So I said it like we have a special right now where you can do this, because I didn't make it ongoing. And you don't have to make it ongoing either. Like you can try it, you can leave it, go back to it. But I'm here to tell you guys, like, it works. It works, and people hold when they're supposed to in higher numbers than they did before. So it also works with, you know, sometimes you get like just a facial with one person, and I always am booking that second facial, and my goal is to meet her friends and to, you know, expand that. It's my number one goal when I'm with one person, is to expand it into other people. So let's say I was just with Cindy by herself. She wasn't at a party, and we get to the end, and I'm going through the sets, and I'd say, now we have this special right now where you can take $40 off an $80 purchase or more when you share me with your friends at your second facial. So in the beginning, I didn't put a time frame on it, because I would book people's second facials in about 2 weeks. Like I'd say, okay, 2 weeks from today is, you know, flip forward, and that's when I would book it. Like that's when you have your second facial. So after I was about like 2 months into this, I'm booked for the next like 2 weeks for sure, 3 weeks. Right now I'm booked for 30 days out. And so I started saying in the next 30 days, because I don't want to end 5 weeks or 6 weeks. I still don't. Like I still want to end tighter, but I'm really booked up. So I wouldn't say 30 days yet. I would add that once your date book gets full. And I don't know that I would say 2 weeks either. You're just knowing that ideally you want that appointment in 2 weeks. Okay. So Cindy, do you have any questions so far? I'm going to talk about like the details and how I take the payment and all of that, but do you have any questions before I go on?
No, awesome.
No, okay. So now Cindy's checking out. Okay, we're setting together, and we're going through her. She's checking out, like exactly what I said. And so let's say that she wants, and see, you guys, people need to buy at least a miracle set to get into that $80 category to take 40 off. Okay. So let's say that Cindy's going to get a miracle set. Or maybe let's say she's going for it. She's gonna get an ultimate set. It's 182, I think. So I write it all up. I get the total. I add the tax, everything. And I say, Cindy, do you want to do cash, check, or charge? And she says, I want to do a card. I'm like, okay, no problem. So let's say our total is, let's say it's 200 even, because there's tax and stuff. So I write it down, I subtract $40, and I charge her 160. And so I say, okay, so what I'll do is, if you want to use your card today, I'll charge it for 160. And then, and I'll go ahead and set the date for her next appointment with friends. And then I say, now, in case something crazy happens, like you win the lottery and move to Hawaii, or you go into the witness protection program and we don't have your party on that day, then I'll just run your card for 40. Okay? Okay. Now, have you guys ever had the hostess that like you can't get a hold of her, you can't get a hold of her, you can't get a hold of her? Well, that goes away with this. Or they call you back like freaky fast. If I'm like, say Cindy's party's tomorrow and I haven't heard from her. So I call her and I say, Cindy, just want to check in because I haven't heard from you. Hey, just want to make sure we're having your party tomorrow night. If not, I can go ahead and run your card, no big deal. And like, you will get a response quickly. And I have rescheduled a couple, but you don't have to. Like under this, you do not have to reschedule. Once I got really busy, and people say, oh, no, I want to do it, but like so-and-so's been sick, you know, is there any way we can reschedule? But I don't get many reschedules because I don't open that door. You know, it's really my people, when I was saying earlier, they booked under a different hostess program. That is like, let me give you a couple for instances. I got a good customer that hasn't bought anything for a while. I called her to book a party. So she's going to get 40 off of 80 at her party. She hasn't gotten anything yet. Well, she rescheduled. Okay, no problem. Or if a girl comes to a party and she's like not going to spend 80, I say, well, that's no problem. You can do your 40 off of 80 at your party. You can use it then. And so we'll book it then, but still she has nothing in her hand. And those will hold, just not like as on the Johnny on the spot, like the ones where she already got the credit. So, if she wants to write a check, so that's what I agree to do. Like I take Cindy's card number, I charge it for less, and then hopefully I never charge that other 40 because she does this when she's supposed to. If she wants to write a check, I have her write me 2 checks, one for $160, one for $40, and I say, Cindy, in case something crazy happens and you win the lottery and move to Hawaii, or you go into the witness protection program and we don't have your party on the 5th or whatever day we set, then I'll just cash this other check, okay? And she's like, okay. And I have done that like 2 times that I can think of right off the top of my head, but that's okay. You know, there's lots of parties involved, and they just said, you know what, I just can't, just go ahead and cash it. And they totally understood. So it keeps things happening when they do. All right, let me check my notes. I told you okay, so here's another thing that has worked really well for me. So if I'm like booking off of referrals, or if there's somebody I warm chattered that I really want to book, then when I text her or call her, I will offer her a $20 gift card when we get together. Just enticement to kind of really get together with her. So when I get together with her and I'm doing that, then I say, hey, there's no obligation for you to purchase anything. You can take $20 off your order today, or you have the option to upgrade to a $40 gift card. And I'll tell you about that at the end. So I started upgrading that because I kind of got caught one time, and I like the way I worded it, I gave the person 60, which is completely turned into huge things from that initial party. But I just used the word upgrade to the 40 for 80. Last Saturday, a girl, that exact scenario happened. She was here at my house on Saturday morning. She bought, and people still buy a lot too. Like one of my friends said, well, won't people just do this and not buy? And I'm like, no, because they write down what set they'd most love to have, and then they take $40 off. So the best scenario is when somebody leaves with the ultimate set or a repair set, and then their friends come and buy it. I mean, I had a repair customer that I booked, and she held her party on Monday, and it was a $958 party with like 3 bookings to come, with people buying repair and ultimate sets. And I mean, if that doesn't make you excited, I don't know what does. So, and then you're in front of people, because the whole thing that will hold you back, whether you're trying to, you know, just build a customer base or earn a red jacket or earn a car, become a sales director, is you've got to be in front of people and you got to have them trying the products. And so this fixes that piece for me. And my prayer is it will for you too. I know it will. I know it will, because it's like blown stuff out of the water for me. There was one more thing I wanted to tell you. Oh, here it is. So the other thing I love about this is that you can use it with your customers. Let's say some of you guys have a good reorder base, and so your customer calls and she orders $80, $100 worth of product. And I say, Cindy, oh my gosh, like, okay, your total is 85, 75, but we have this thing going right now where you can take $40 off of that if you share me with 3 of your friends in the next 30 days. And I would put out like by the end of March, you know, because you got like 3 weeks. I would love to get together with you guys. Do you want to say $40? So you could get yourself a booking from somebody that maybe I've been able to book people that I couldn't book before, but with this, and get in front of their friends. Okay, so I think that's everything I need to tell you about it. Can you tell I'm excited about it? Okay, so do we have questions, or is there anything else you want me to recover? Oh, I do want to say this. I have a flyer that I will post Oh, because let me say this. So here's what's on the flyer. I'll send it to Jordan, and Jordan, you can post it wherever it needs to be.
Okay.
So she gets the 80 for 40 when she has 3 people that I haven't met, and it says, and $200 in sales. I don't even talk about that because my sales exceed that. But if you're maybe newer or you're struggling in the sales thing, then maybe you'd want to tack that on. But I don't even mention it because I don't want it to seem hard. I just want her to get 3 people or more in front of me and make it easy. And so, but it's on there. So you could, it can back you up if you want it to. My sales typically exceed that. And the truth is, if I give her 80 for 40, it did not cost me a dime. I didn't make my profit, but it didn't cost me anything. So I'm okay with that. Then if they have 3 people, this is all on the flyer, so you don't have to write it down. I'm just going to tell you, if they have 3 people there, they get their satin hands at half price. If they have 6 people there, they get their satin hands for free. And if they have 9 people there, they get an extra $30 in free product. And if they, if they have 2 bookings, they get a free hostess gift. That's all it says, free hostess gift. I give them the Skin Vigorate brush when they have 2 parties hold. And then if they have outside orders, they get half of that back. So it's all listed there. I didn't make the flyer. Mary Catherine made the, well, she didn't make it. She had somebody make the flyer. So I just went with it. But somebody asked me, I can't remember what the question was. They said, like, does your hostess get extra if people book off of her? And she really doesn't. Like, she gets a gift after 2 of those hold, but the incentive is on the front end for people to book because they want the incentives, if that makes sense. So I'll send that to Jordan when we're finished, and then you guys can have that. So any questions? Anything else I can answer for you?
Cindy, I'm gonna let you take it away. But I did want to let everyone know, if you have a question, to text me or box me directly your question, like type it out, and I will then ask Stacey. So Cindy, you can go, but if anybody has questions, just type it out and box it to me or text me, and I'll
Okay. Thank you, Jordan. I have a couple of questions. Okay, Stacey, you said number 1, if money were an object, what sex would you want? Number 2, when I come for your second, me and you are friends, fun, friends, and free. And then what's number 3?
Oh, I didn't say number 3. Okay, so number 3 is about the opportunity. So I say I have a goal to share the opportunity with 20 people every month and get your opinion. So if you'd be willing to listen and give me your feedback, no obligation, you can choose a lipstick or a lip gloss for free just for listening. So it's to set up an appointment for them to listen to the opportunity. And I teach my consultants, I just give them a free lipstick or lip gloss. It's okay with me, but I teach my consultants to give them to it at half price, like a lipstick or lip gloss at half price for listening to the opportunity. So in the individual consultation, it lets you cover all 3 bases because we go through all 3 things.
Okay, perfect. And then go over just a little bit more about the $20 gift card and the upgrade.
Oh, okay. So I have a text when I'm booking with people that says, and this is mostly off of referrals. And so I was doing the 21-day challenge last month, the month before that, because my consultants had been doing it for a couple of months. They were getting really great results. So I jumped in on it and I said, I'm doing it with you this month. And I did 21-day challenge. And I just did it through texting. Like, it was every day I had to send out 10. And I did that. And so what I would send would say, hey, Cindy, this is Stacey Kraft. Don't think we've met, but your friend Jordan Twilley was with me. And oh, I'm messing it up now. But it basically says she thought you would enjoy. Oh, she was gifted 10 makeovers and $20 gift cards. And she wanted one of them to go to you. I can post the text if you want it, or send it to Jordan so you can post it. She wanted one of them to go to you. Should I text or call you with the details?
Awesome.
So it's just to get together with somebody. I offer them a $20 gift card. So then when I'm with her, when I'm doing that appointment and I say, so Cindy, there's no obligation for you to purchase anything today. You do get a $20 gift card from Jordan, or you'll have the opportunity to upgrade it to 40 if you want to, which is way better because, like, I'd either give her 20 or I'd rather give her 40 off of 80 and I'm like breaking even, if not above.
Sure. But you don't offer her that before you've had the appointment. Like, she says, yeah, let's do it. So since she's a kind of a cold lead, you wait and do the facial, and then you say you can upgrade instead of capturing your 20 today, turn it into 40.
Yeah, like I have thrown it out. If somebody's a cold lead, I've thrown it out there like, hey, if you want to have some friends, you can get 40 off of 80. And I kind of feel like it's like you throw it out there, and if they grab onto it, they do. But she doesn't know me.
I got
She
it.
doesn't
I agree.
know. So if she doesn't, I'll get there. Like I'll get that appointment booked, or I'll meet her friends. But for right now, I just want her to meet me.
It's brilliant and it's simple.
And it works. I'm
And
so
it
glad
works.
you like it. I mean, it just keeps it going in such a it's effortless, but not without a little bit of effort. But really, it just, like, my date has never looked like this, like not this full impact. And so I'm like, okay, God, I'm telling my unit, oh my gosh, you guys, that were, and it's catching on, like it's catching on, and they're having really good success with it too.
You know what? And people that say people don't like to gather, that's so crazy. That's just the opposite. That's why happy hours are full. That's why there's so many people joining, exercise groups and walking clubs. We were created for communion. It's so normal to gather with women around the table, break bread or break open cleanser and mascara. It's just who we are and what we do. So we just need a little bit of something to spice it up. And your closing questions are what I've used for 35 years. Same thing,
Yeah.
Same exact
Yeah.
way I've closed it out at the end.
Let me tell you what's crazy to me is that, okay, so I do say this sometimes, that people are like, how many people do I have to have? Or what if they all 3 don't come? And I said, that's everybody's fear, is that people won't come. I said, but here's the remedy to that. If you want 3, you invite 6. If you want 5, you invite 10. Just invite twice as many as you want. So this week alone, and they only had to have 3 people there. And I don't really spend a whole lot of time trying to get them to have more. Like, I just say, if you have this many, this is what you get. If you have this many, this is what you get. And so on last Sunday, I had a party with 8 people and 2 people sitting by and watching that didn't get around the table. I had a party with 11 people on Tuesday night. And then Friday night, I had a party with 8 people with 2 people sitting back and watching, because they both had them before. So, it kind of is, I think, almost flipped from, like, Cindy, can't you get 3 people together,
Right.
Desperation, to, yeah, invite however many as you want. And I've had these huge parties, and they're not all like that, but I think it's just psychologically flipped.
Sure.
To they start inviting people, and people want to come.
I just love it. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate it. Today I had such a fun day. It was just a double facial, but I just loved the women. And of course they bought everything, and one lady became a consultant, and then we went to lunch together went to eat because we'd been together. And then I booked the waitress, and then I just had so much fun. And she called me when she got home, and she said, oh my God, she said, the world is your oyster. She said, this is as big as you want it to be. I get it. She needed to watch me just interact in everyday life. I was eating crawfish. I mean, it was not an elegant lunch or something. And she got to see me just talk to people, and who I passed by because their energy was so weak, and who I chased after because their energy was so good. So it was just one of my most fun days ever. And now it ends with you. So I just appreciate you so much, so much. I'm so happy for your success, and we're cheering for you to be #1 in the Emerald Seminar. Big congratulations. I know it's your goal to be #1 in the whole nation. And so we just pray protection and peace and prosperity over you and your people and your family. And I just am so glad I get to know you better.
Well, thank you so much. And I'm so honored to be on your call. And I'm super excited that you're coming on for my people tomorrow night. I actually think I got to add you to my Facebook group. I don't think I've done that yet. So, thanks. My prayer is that it makes a huge difference for you guys, because it's been huge for me. So I'm happy to share it.
Well, you know what? I believe we'll both be celebrating #1. So you'll know that you made a difference. And I pray I make a difference for your people too.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you for your time. Happy Sunday.
Okay, you too. Bye.